Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. We're here this evening on the red carpet for the premiere of Aborted Traffic, a film dealing with the problems of human trafficking in small-town America. Much of the scenery was shot in and around the community of Brewton, Alabama, a small community in Escambia County, very near the Florida line. We hope, ladies and gentlemen, that this film will open your minds to what's going on in the world of human trafficking. And we're going to be interviewing a few of the people this evening, the actors, the actresses, the people who had part in the production, makeup artists, special guests, and the lady who made it all possible, Bea Bliss. We thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and we invite you to stick around with us this evening and enjoy our show. For a special treat this afternoon, we're here with the lady that made all of this possible. Tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into this and what made you want to choose Brewton for such a production.
Well, I'm Bea W. Bliss. I'm the writer, director, and one of the producers on the film. And I wanted to do a film back in my hometown, which is Brewton, Alabama. And I had a short film in my little stash of films. And the scenery, the area just fit that. So I just wanted to bring some things back to my hometown, the arts, and get more people that want to be involved with film and television.
Did you find that the public was receptive to what you were wanting to do?
Probably not at first, but I think as we continued on with the film, more people became engaged and became wanting to be a part of it.
How were you drawn to this production, Corey? I mean, what caught your eye about it?
That was so close to home, and I saw it as a great opportunity, and it was a great story. I felt like it was a meaningful story about a subject that, like human trafficking, takes place anywhere, and it's something that needs to be brought awareness to.
Was there something about this production that opened your eyes to how big the problem really is?
That it's so unmasked. I guess you really can't. It's not something that's right in your face, and that's what brought me to it. Anything I could bring awareness to and be a part of it, then I'm all for it.
I think it gives a good insight on aborted trafficking in this community.
The cause, raising awareness for human trafficking, is one that I firmly believe in, and so I was definitely glad to be a part of something that's bringing something that the media doesn't really address.
The real message underneath all of the laughs and the good times that the characters have is really important.
Being a youth minister, we hear about it quite a bit, and a lot of social injustice organizations that we deal with and that I'm familiar with. I was very familiar with human trafficking, not just abroad, but at home. But I was not as. I guess I'm surprised that it happens as much as it does here at home.
This has been a whole lot of a very educational process, but it's been incredibly fun learning how to put a movie together, learning how everything has to be set up, and the time it takes just to get a few minutes of film is just incredible.
Most of the time when people talk about human trafficking, they think about it in foreign countries or in really large cities such as Los Angeles, New York, Chicago, Atlanta. Tell us, how big of a problem is human trafficking in Alabama?
I think a lot of it is people think this is an international problem, or it's something that may happen in Los Angeles or Miami or some sort of port city around the East Coast or West Coast, when in reality we're actually seeing this throughout the United States. Unfortunately, this is a growing epidemic. It's actually right behind drug trafficking when it comes to what is most profitable effectively in the black market. So I think a lot of it is a lack of education. So that's what we're doing with the task force, to educate the citizenry about what are the warning signs of human trafficking. If you see something, who do you actually need to contact? But like I said, a lot of it is just going to be education to let people know this is a reality, and it does unfortunately happen here domestically as well.
Do you think that part of the problem, part of the holdback for people, was the fact that they really don't understand what human trafficking is all about?
Yeah, I really do. People think human trafficking is just in bigger cities like, Atlanta, different places like that. But it really does happen in rural, small town areas, especially when they're bordering the interstate so close.
What were some of the things about Brewton that stood out in your mind while you were shooting the production? I mean, tell us something about maybe some of the scenery, some of the homes, things that really stood out that you wanted to try to use, whether you were able to or not.
Well, Bruton does sit fairly close to the Florida state line, so there's that border line, which is how I got, the aborted traffic, by trafficking into different states and through different interstates and highways, and just the whole rural part. Of course, no one who's doing any type of trafficking, wants to be seen, so they kind of flow through those back areas as a way to not be seen.
I thought this film was very educational and very unique.
I thought it was a great film. I enjoyed it very much.
I think it was great that they're bringing a lot of attention to this important subject, so it was wonderful.